Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. That's a good song. All right, I'm a fan of music, so that'll be in the background here as we talk about win totals. Win totals I like going into 2024. I know I'm a bit late, but I like to do my own research before I look at Vegas. Before I even look at win totals at Vegas. I know they've been out for weeks. I've seen other people react to them. I don't do that. I do my own predictions, and it has taken me a while because this off season in drywall has been actually very, very busy. So it hasn't been an off season, but I like to come up with my own totals. Basically, the rest of these teams are a half a game within my prediction in the Power Four. So I did 26 of 67 teams here. I had a total for all of these 67 teams and Notre Dame. And I feel comfortable with 26 of these win totals because they are farther apart from my prediction than the others. So here we go. We're going to start with the Big Ten. And Michigan, their win total is 9.5 per FanDuel.com, FanDuel Sports. I'm not a bettor. I do not affiliate with any of these, although I'd like to be, you could sponsor me if you want to. But that's how this channel all started, was betting. It was a betting channel. Everyone said that you should do your own YouTube channel because I was very accurate with college football and the NFL, and to some degree college basketball when Michigan was good back in the day. This channel is now evolving here, and I try to do a little bit more than predictions, but we're going back to the roots of it all. And here we go. Win totals that I like. Michigan, 9.5 win total. I think they obliterate that. From watching all the other videos. If you haven't, go click on them and watch them if you're a Michigan fan. Michigan's going 12-0. They're not going to lose to anybody this season. I can already say that. Now, Iowa had a win total of 7.5 right now. Current today. I looked yesterday. All these are from yesterday. 7.5 for Iowa. I think they go 10-2, so I'm gonna pick the over on them as well. The great defense plus Cade McNamara is back. Who beats Iowa other than Ohio State? They will, and maybe Michigan State. That would be huge for them. They have to do that. Nebraska had a 7.5 win total going into the season. I think 9-3 is what they can do. I'd bet the over on that 7.5. Year 2 for Matt Rule, and it's the easiest Big Ten schedule in the entire Big Ten. Take advantage of it. Alone, they are going to be at least 8-4. So 7-5 means you're betting on 8-4 or better, or 7-5 or worse. I'm going Nebraska. I think they even beat that at 9-3. All right, USC has a 7.5 win total per Vegas, and I think they go 9-3. They'll lose to LSU on the neutral site in week 1. They'll lose at Michigan, and they'll lose to Notre Dame. Can you think of a fourth, though? Let alone a fifth, which is what it would take to lose this bet. I'm picking the over on USC. Maryland is a 6.5 win total. I think they go 4-8, so I'm picking the under. Talia's gone, all right. Loxley's shine is starting to fade there at Maryland. They never had depth, and now players are leaving. I just don't see it there. I think, a bowl game is possible, but 7 wins? No way. I'll pick the under on 6.5 for Maryland. Indiana, 5.5. 2-10 is what I think they go. I don't see how Indiana wins a Big Ten game, do you? I'm going the under on the 5.5 win total for Indiana. And then Michigan State has a 4.5 win total, and they are going to go 6-6 and make a bowl. I think Michigan State makes a bowl, but you must beat Iowa, like I said, and then you have to beat Maryland on the road and Rutgers, because I think you'll beat everybody else here. You got FAU at Maryland, Prairie View A&M, Indiana at home, Purdue at home, and Rutgers. You got to win all of those games. Could you beat Iowa too at home? That'd be icing on the cake. There you go, Ron. Uncle Ron, who he's not married to my aunt, but he's been with her a long time, and he always says, I'd watch the channel, but you don't talk Michigan State enough, so there you go. I talk Michigan State. That's it. That's the best you're going to get out of me until they revive themselves, all right? So there you go, Uncle Ron. The SEC, let's move and transition to them. I like 6 of these win totals here in the SEC. Alabama has a 9.5 win total. I think they beat that. I think they go 11-1. Saban or not, it's still Bama. Say they lose to Georgia and Oklahoma, that's still 10-2. Of course, they have a difficult schedule with Tennessee, LSU, and others on their schedule as well, but I have faith in Bama, all right? Tennessee has a 9.5 win total as well. I think I'd go the under there. I think they go 9-3, just under that 9.5 threshold. They at least lose to at Oklahoma, Alabama, and at Georgia. So there's your 3 losses right there, and who knows what other ones could be possible. LSU has a 9.5 win total. I think they go 8-4, so I'm going the under on that one. They're losing to Ole Miss at home. Texas A&M on the road, Alabama, and at Florida. Speaking of Florida, they have a 4.5 win total. I think they go 8-4. Key wins versus Miami, Texas A&M, LSU, and Ole Miss all at home are going to get them to go bowling this season. I know there are some off-field issues or what have you, but every team has that. So they're dealing with that, but I think they will be a better team than last season. All right. Missouri had a 9.5 win total. I think they go 8-4, so I'm going the under on this. Missouri beat a lifeless Ohio State in the bowl game last season after Michigan just drubbed them. And the SEC just got a lot tougher with Oklahoma and Texas coming in. 8-4 for Missouri would be pretty damn good in my opinion for them. Arkansas had a 4.5 game win total. 3-9 is what I think they're going to do. So I'd go the under on that win total, which is why Arkansas won't. The SC got tougher. Like I said, they won't get 5 wins this season. Now let's move to the Big 12, where Kansas State has a 9.5 win total. I think they go 11-1. At Tulane is tough early. The rest is not for Kansas State. Oklahoma State at home, and no Utah is what their schedule consists of here at the top of the Big 12. Utah, again, 9.5 win total. I think they go 11-1. These two are on a collision course. They don't play in the regular season. I think they might be, they might trip. Utah might trip up at Oklahoma State. I think that's their loss. But other than that, Cam Rising, Kyle Whittingham, Kansas State, they're on a collision course here. Oklahoma State, I think, is laughable that their win total is 7.5. 9-3 is what Mike Gundy always goes. And now there's no Texas or Oklahoma, much like for Kansas State and Utah to deal with. So I think they're going to have a jump up here this season, 9-3. UCF has a win total of 7.5 as well. I think they go under 4-8. Did they make a bowl in their first year in the Big 12 last season? I think they did. But this now teams are getting more familiar with each other, and UCF is going to be on the outside looking in as far as bowls go, in my opinion. Baylor 5.5 win total. Vegas says I don't see it. 1-11 is what I had. I think they're way down. God, take the under, bet it in a heartbeat, because BYU had a 4.5 win total, and I think they're gonna go 7-5. So they're gonna beat Baylor, and so are a lot of other teams. But BYU, I think 7-5. They're on the rise. Who do they got? SIU, Southern Illinois, at Wyoming, at Baylor. Arizona at home, Jed Fishless, Arizona. Kansas at home, at Arizona State, who's weak. And then Houston are going to be their 7 wins. At SMU could be a win. Kansas State at home, Oklahoma State at home, at UCF. So there's possibilities for BYU to get above that 4.5 threshold. All right, let's move to the ACC here. And Florida State has a 9.5 win total. I think I'd take the over. I like to go 11-1. I have Notre Dame as a loss, but at Miami plus Florida will be huge for them. They could lose 2 of those games, and they could still be over. So they just have to win one of those games. ACC's weak, all right. Miami, yes, is a 9.5 win total as well. They went 8 and I think they're going to go 8-4 though. I will take the under. I think they lose to Florida, which leads to more losses at Louisville versus Florida State at home and at Georgia Tech. So it's going to be. They have the talent. I just watched Uncle Lou earlier today talking about Miami and their talent and the schedule, and he went through it. I don't see 10-2. I see 8-4. I'm going under here for Miami. Virginia Tech is 8.5 win total per Vegas. I like the over here. I think they go 10-2 as Rob Zombie plays in the background. I hear that. Man, hockey here. Well, the NHL Finals. Florida Panthers made it to the NHL Finals, but Saginaw Spirit are in the Memorial Cup tomorrow. I can't wait for that Memorial Cup Final as the host. That'll be exciting. But anyway, Virginia Tech, if they lose 8 games, if Virginia Tech loses more than 4 games, I would be shocked. It's a very easy schedule for them. They are on the up and up. The head coach and everything, great trajectory for them. Cal, a newcomer to the ACC, has a 6.5 win total. I don't see it. I think they go 2-10. I would do the under for them. I think year 1 in the ACC won't be great for Cal. They have to go to a lot of difficult places, and their team really wasn't that great last year either. It's a new circumstance now. And for Stanford, I think it's the complete opposite from the West Coast. They have a lot of crucial games at home in the ACC. Their win total is 3.5. I think they go 9-3 as of right now. I'd take the over by far. Stanford will benefit from the new ACC schedule. They're tough. They're physical. I like them. Even though Jim Harbaugh and Shaw are removed, the new guy is going to still keep that physical toughness. I would think. Just got to build it. Georgia Tech 5.5 wins is what Vegas thinks. I think 7.5. So I would bet the over. Georgia Tech is low key good under the new regime there in Georgia, and last season went to the bowl game, and did they win? I think maybe they won their bowl game. So the ACC isn't what it used to be at all. It's kind of weak. You got some top heavy teams. You got some teams that have tried to build in the right way, and Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech are a couple of those teams. Virginia is not. How do they have a 4.5 win total? I think they are under that. I bet the under 2-10 is what I have. I don't think Virginia is vastly improved like some of these people think. So there you go. The win totals. Like I said, the rest are basically a half a game within my prediction. Notre Dame is out there at 10.5, and I have them going undefeated, but I won't bet it. Mainly because they are independent, but because they are independent, you just don't know circumstances with Notre Dame. They play all different teams. Like in conference, retaliation or revenge and everything. The factor is there for a lot of these games. Notre Dame, I think, could surprise a lot of people. Go 12-0, but I'm not going to bet it. So there you go. Michigan's going 12-0, though. I know that. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Predictions are coming soon. They're coming soon, and I will do that conference by conference. I brought up Uncle Louie does team by team, game by game predictions. I've already done that privately. I will do conference predictions leading into a Final 12 prediction, Final 8, Final 4, etc. We have a actual playoff bracket to fill out this season. So I will do that going leading into this season. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Like the video. Share with other people, please. That helps the algorithm. It helps get it out to other people who might like and who might subscribe. And then we get more here on this channel, which basically covers anything and everything that I can cover. So have a great day out there, though, everybody. But go blue.